Hi, this is Mike Brown, owner of Death Wish Coffee Company. Welcome to Fueled by Deathcast.
I love Jeff, but sweet and high. Whoop, Mr. Motorama Coffee Spot.
Death Wish Coffee presents Fueled by Deathcast, the world's strongest podcast. With your hosts, the incredible Jeff and the amazing D-Man.
It's exciting. It's exhilarating. It's Fueled by Deathcast. We are here yet again on your computer or your smart device, and we're really excited for this episode 62.
I'm mildly excited. I'm not like really excited. I just don't want to inflate it at all.
All right. I'm really excited. I'm also the incredible Jeff.
And I am the amazing D-Man.
And follow us on social media. Hit us up on Instagram or Twitter. Let us know what you think of the show. It's really easy. I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
And I am at Death Wish Dustin.
Yeah, and we got a bunch of fun stuff this show. You can probably see we are littered with ounce water, and we'll get to that later. But what Dustin is doing right now is, here's the mug we're giving away. If you are new to the show, all you got to do is share this feed, share it in the comments at the bottom or on the side, or however you're watching it, and we'll pick one lucky winner to win this. And this is the sold-out 2017 Death Wish mug.
Yeah, this literally came off our shelf because that's the only place it exists now is on your shelf and on our shelves. So we took it off of the shelf off of this one right here. And here's the 2017 Death Wish mug. You can't buy it anymore unless you're paying too much on eBay or winning it on this show. I'm going to number it 1 right now because
they're not numbered.
Yep, except for this one.
This one's number 1 with a bullet right here.
I'm going to put 1 of 1.
1 of 1. So again, share the feed, share it in the comments. We'll pick one lucky winner. We'll send this right out to you with the 1 of 1 and signed by D-Man and myself.
The rarest of Death Wish mugs.
The rarest of Death Wish mugs. Let's start the show the same way we start every single show, by thanking our good friend, Brock Powell.
BrockFox.com.
And I want to send a little bit of a special congratulations to Brock. He is not only the incredible voice actor who does all the voices on this program, but he does 1,000 voices out there in the world, including the Disney Channel show Milo's Murphy's Law. And
it's my favorite show.
It's a great, great show. He does a ton of different voices on there, and they're picked up for their second season. That's just about to start, so if you guys are Disney fans, go check that out, and you guys can hear some hilarious Brock voices, just like we love to listen to. Also, thank you to the company Black Magic Design for making all of the awesome technology that we use to make this show look as good as it does.
Yeah, go ahead and use my tagline. Let's see if you can get it.
Making champions out of chumps.
Close enough.
I
think I said maybe turning chumps into champions.
Turning chumps into okay, that's the one.
But yours is all right. I'm okay with it.
The deal is we're chumps. We're the chumps is what it is. So there you go.
And Black Magic Design is the championship belt that we shouldn't be wearing, but we are. So deal with it.
Ha!
Secret code unlocked. Discount of death.
This week and this week only, right up until Wednesday, February 21st, if you type in the discount code NOAH, 1 word, 4 letters, NOAH, that will get you 15% off of everything. Now, that's the best discount code that we give away, and it's not given away lightly, but we're giving away to you just for enjoying our entertainment. So it's 15% off of everything. It's NOAH, and it runs until February 21st. And tell them why it's NOAH.
NOAH. And if you guys, again, are new to the program, not only do we do a weekly show, we have a weekly podcast where we talk to a special guest every single week. Once a month, we feature an employee from Death Wish Coffee. And this week, it's Noah. Noah is one of our production specialists, an incredible soul around here. In fact, he gets everybody smiling every time you see him. because he's crazy.
Yeah, he's a little monkey. I love Noah.
And not only do we talk about what it was like when he joined the team and what it was like working in production, especially during this last fourth quarter when we pumped out more coffee than this company has ever pumped out before, but we also talk about one of Noah's favorite things to do outside of work, and that's video games.
Yeah, we really geek out on this one. If you're into video games whatsoever, this is a must-listen-to podcast, and you can geek out alongside with us. Eventually find us on Twitch.
Yeah.
And maybe play
Yeah,
some
we're
video
going to
games
definitely rope
with
him
us.
into Twitch, twitch.tv/DeathWishCoffee. We're going to start doing that a lot more. But we love Noah. I think I got a picture of him right here. And,
there he is. Oh, my God. Is he drinking alcoholic beverages there?
It's coffee. It's just really light roasted coffee. Nah,
That's
it's
just
beer.
as bad.
It's just beer. But, yeah, we have a ton of fun. And here's a sneak peek of this week's episode with Noah. Check it out.
The Fueled by Death guest.
So let's get into that a little bit, because I know that's a big thing, especially on the internet. The argument between PC gaming and console gaming. You've probably heard the term the master race. Versus
Yep. Oh yeah.
Do you subscribe to all that?
That sounds a little genocidal.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. People who play
Jesus.
PC think they're holier than thou. Do you think that PC is where the buck stops, or do you enjoy it all on kind of the same level? Or
Well, first off, let me say I'm definitely a PC guy. If I had my choice between everything, it would always be PC.
Okay.
That being said, I think console's a great way that people can actually get a device that's going to be able to play these kind of top of the line games and be able to
Right.
get the stuff that they want without having to spend a fortune. Because I mean
Right.
that's definitely the
Yeah.
other side of PC. That if you want to be playing some of these newer games with the graphics that you want and the frame rates that you want,
Right.
it'll be a few $1,000s.
Science!
All right. So it's funny, when I research what we're doing on science every week, I'm always looking to switch it up, because I do feel we spend a lot of time in space because there's a lot of news coming from what's happening in space.
Right, because that's what we're focusing on the most.
Yeah, and I know next week, for you guys who are following at home, we're going to be talking definitely about space because we have a very special guest next week. But we'll get to that next week. But this week I was actually scouring the internet for some archaeology news or maybe some chemistry or physics or something like that. And there was some okay stuff. But this actually came across my news feed, and I thought it was really interesting. And it has to do with space, but it has to do with space on Earth. There is a real thing called a spacecraft cemetery. And you wouldn't think that was really a thing, but then when we think about all of these satellites that we send up into the atmosphere or outside of our atmosphere, what happens to them when they don't work anymore?
I don't know. I just figured they floated off into space to run into aliens when they try to land on our planet.
That's half right. Depending on where the orbit is, the satellite has a few options. If it's small enough and close enough, the engineers will use up its fuel to bring it at a very hard angle into the atmosphere, so it basically burns up.
Oh.
And therefore, no fuss, no muss. It's all over.
Yeah,
It's just
The universal trash compactor.
Yep. Yeah. Super easy. And in fact, there's a couple well-documented videos of this. I'll play one for you right now of when an automated transfer vehicle from the International Space Station called Jules Verne actually re-entered the atmosphere. And we've got some fun footage of it burning up.
Mike, it's out of your view.
I saw some outbursts.
That's true, Frog lost it.
There's a huge burst.
There was the burst, Frog didn't get it.
We have debris.
Wow. Keep searching, Michael.
HDTV has a pretty nice view.
We got that explosion.
Oh, wow.
Can we get an altitude call?
If you have a chance to look out of the window, look out of the window, because the view is Peter, tell me.
Spectacular.
Spectacular! Whoa! Break. Peter, tell me if we need to keep turning.
The object is gradually moving by us. It is almost past.
Do they warn people when they're just gonna
Yes.
make
Yep. And it's
fireworks in the sky?
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about on a recent episode, with when SpaceX launched a rocket over California, and a lot of people were like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
The information's out there.
Yeah.
You can find if you're following the scientific community or those types of things. The information's out there, and if you want to know what satellites are coming back into Earth or what rockets are coming back in, it's all math. It's all timed. So it goes in the right places. And
nobody's getting hit in the head with a satellite dish.
No.
Ow! Damn it!
If the satellite happens to be farther away, though, the engineers will use up a little bit of its fuel and send it farther into space, into a larger orbit around the Earth, and kind of a graveyard orbit. Okay, and we have that. We have a lot of dead satellites that just orbit the Earth in this graveyard orbit. I think I have a picture. This is an artist representation right now of all the satellites that are around Earth right now, and a lot of the farthest ones are the ones that are dead.
Wow. Doesn't that make it dangerous to fly in and out of?
Not really. Like, let me put it to you in this perspective.
We're littered. That's insane.
This orbit, the largest dead graveyard orbit, okay, is 200 miles farther away than any of the farthest active satellites, okay? That's 22,400 miles above the Earth. And while this photo that I have up right now does look like a junkyard in space, you have to remember space is very vast, and that Earth, that little tiny Earth right there, is very tiny in the retrospect of all of the little dots that we're seeing. That's why when we send a rocket up into space or we send something to the ISS, we have to do our math, make sure that it's not going to hit anything that's there. But there is lots of space in between everything.
Yeah, but, obviously as time goes on, we're going to be building more satellites, putting more out there, probably at a higher rate.
Right.
I mean, that's going to become impossible. We're going to have to find a way to clean this shit up.
Exactly. Do you think that maybe one day we'll have to have literal space garbage men? Like big, huge, I don't know, garbage trucks that we kind of go around, low orbit of space. And
I pictured a giant net.
Or a net, yeah.
Just scoop everything up.
I mean, it could happen. I'm not sure. I mean, we are putting lots and lots into space all the time.
Yeah, that looks like a mess. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty. It is pretty crazy. And what's even crazier is that spacecraft that are too big, that are in that really tight circle around the Earth, and that won't burn up, they are sent to a specific spot on the Earth, which has been dubbed the Spacecraft Graveyard or Spacecraft Cemetery. And it is, I believe I have a picture of it. There it is. It is a place in the Pacific Ocean that is the farthest place away from any land or civilization possible on the planet Earth. It is,
and that's where they crash everything?
Yep. It is 2,400 miles off the coast of New Zealand.
There must be a lot of shit there because, I mean, we just saw what was out in space. It's probably just as much or more that has crashed right in that one spot.
Definitely. And as we're talking, I'm actually going to show you guys some of the footage of some of the rockets from the space shuttle landing there. And also, if you remember, we used to have another space station called the Mir. It was the Russian space station before ISS. And that was all through the 80s. We had that up there for a very long time, and then it stopped working. So it had to go somewhere, and it fell back.
Die.
It fell back to Earth in this spot, and I actually have some footage of that as well. Between 1971 and 2016, 263 spacecraft have landed there.
Wow. Landed is a light term.
And
can you imagine the fish that are swimming around when that happens?
Yeah.
It must just boil them right where they are.
Totally.
That must be so hot when it hits the ocean.
Totally.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. To give you guys a little bit more insight on this, I have a really good video that's been compiled from some of the guys at NASA and the various tech insider science places that show you about the spacecraft cemetery. So yeah, so I mean, it's really, really, really interesting that we put them all in this one spot. Now, again, not only is this the farthest away from any civilization or land or anything, it is also one of the roughest seas on Earth. So we've never even dived there or can recover anything. In fact, this is the same area where that plane went missing a couple years ago because it crashed. Because literally we cannot find it because we can't.
Falling satellite hit it. You know what? For some reason, my mind always fantasizes about things like this, but I see a future, like super future, where it's a tourist destination to go to the underwater museum of the satellite cemetery.
It'd be awesome.
That would be
love
so
to
cool.
See what we had down there. I mean, it is a museum at this point. You know, I mean, although because the seas are so rough, a lot of it's been broken up and it probably litters miles and miles and miles of the ocean.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
This is a picture just to give you a little perspective. That is the Mir right there. That was the original space station, and that is now in pieces on the ocean floor.
What about all that extra fuel that just gets let loose?
Right?
Oh, man.
Well, the thing is that no, there's a difference. The thing is when they're making these things go into our atmosphere, they're either burning that fuel to burn up in the atmosphere, or they're burning it hard. So by the time it hits the water, there's no fuel left.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they make sure,
and that probably
fuel,
all burns up in the atmosphere anyway.
Right. They make sure that they've got it all planned out. They've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
If
I've thought of it,
them.
they've calculated it, you know.
And I can't not talk about this, even though this is never going to land on Earth. Can't not talk about this without the recent events of what happened from SpaceX and Elon Musk. If you guys didn't see this, he shot a Tesla into space. This is an actual photo. This is not a CGI. This is the camera from the mount right there, and I'll actually play you guys some of that footage as well. It was pretty incredible. The Falcon Heavy rocket successfully broke our atmosphere, and that means that rocket will be able to transport double the amount of supplies and people and weight that we were ever able to transport before to places like the ISS and hopefully the moon and Mars. And the plan was to send this car on a collision course with Mars. But they did their math a little bit
they overshot it
too hard. They overshot it, so it's gonna end up in the asteroid belt.
Man, this just reminds me of heavy metal for some
Doesn't
reason.
it? Doesn't it? It's pretty crazy. And the reason why a lot of people are balking at it, the reason why is because this was basically a proof positive. Can this rocket work? And they wanted to make sure that it could work with a heavy payload, but they didn't want to lose a payload. If the rocket just exploded on, before it left the atmosphere, and we put like a really expensive satellite on there, then we're losing everything. So this is actually Elon Musk's own car.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That he put on it, and he was like, if I lose this, I lose my own car, whatever, But it all went off without a hitch. Fortunately, it's not going to hit Mars. It's going to go way past it, but there is a man driving a car. Well, a man suit driving a car in space right now.
Well, at least he doesn't need to gas up.
That's true. That's true.
What fuels you?
All right, so this week we got to talk with our good buddy Noah, who works over here in production, one of our production specialists, and we had a really great conversation about coffee and video games and everything else. And then obviously we asked him the question we ask everybody: what fuels you?
Funny story, and I'm just remembering this now. When Noah came in for his interview, when he came to get a job here, one of the questions that we were asking the applicants was, what do you think is one of your greatest accomplishments? And Noah's answer was very funny. My girlfriend.
That's right. We've talked about that before on this show. We didn't bring that up on his show.
No, I'm just remembering this now.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, one of the things that Noah said about what fuels him, which I thought was really important, was that he believes in the work that he does. And kind of extrapolating on that, he believes in Death Wish coffee.
Yeah.
He believes in the coffee that he's producing, the coffee that he's packaging, and when he goes into, now that we're getting into retail, especially around this area, when he goes into a store and sees it on the shelf, he feels this overwhelming sense of pride because he had a hand in that.
Yeah.
And I think that's something, I wanted to extrapolate from that because I think that's something that we can take into any job we have. We could have, and we've all had them, some of us might be in them right now, where we've had jobs where we're not as happy as we'd like to be. But
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
But even if you're not happy with the task at hand, you should be happy with the work you're producing.
Yeah. I mean, immediately I relate to this because it's kind of tricky. I've worked a lot of jobs before this, and I obviously didn't believe in the job I was doing, and I would not show up on time. Right. I would not put forth, a lot of effort, and it almost had me convinced that maybe I was not a good worker.
Right.
Or maybe I'm not cut out for
a good job.
Yeah. And working at Death Wish was the first time I realized how much of a formidable force of work I can be. Because when I started working here and I got a good position and it was everything I wanted to do to succeed, I was a totally different worker. I was a totally different person. I was here early. I'm staying late. And I'm accomplishing things that I was never able to accomplish before, that I never ever thought I could accomplish until I had the belief in what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I relate to this very deeply. And sometimes, not any job in the world is so good where it's great every day.
No.
And I've had days where it doesn't feel like I can accomplish what I should be able to accomplish. And I'm able to recall what it was like when I first started working here. So I constantly need to remind myself that I actually believe in what I do. And it actually really does fuel me to create and do work that I never thought was in my potential. And now with that accomplishment, I'm more confident than I've ever been in my entire life.
And, I take a page out of your book, too, D-Man, because one of the things that you talk about a lot is holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Outside of anything else, outside of anybody else, you hold yourself accountable. And so I look at it like, even just that normal email that you have to send, to a client or to your inner office email or something, making sure that you're happy and behind exactly what you wrote and putting it out there. You're holding yourself accountable, and you felt good about that email. I know that's the smallest, tiniest little bit of a job.
Yeah, but if you're doing that in every small, tiny factor of your job, you're going to be a killer.
Right.
You're going to be a job place assassin.
Right.
And you have to have that mindfulness in everything that you're doing. You have to be like, I believe this.
Yeah.
I truly believe in the work that I'm doing, and I believe that I can create amazing things with my potential. And yeah, you cannot live in relativity of others. You need to hold yourself accountable. You can't be like, oh, well, Marcy in accounting doesn't really hold up her end of the bargain, so why am I going to work so hard?
Right.
Get rid of that fucking thinking. It's going to hold you down. If you live in relativity of others, the only thing you're going to do is be relative to the stupid people around you. You cannot let that happen. You need to hold yourself accountable. You need to believe in what you are doing at every single moment that you're doing it.
I agree. And I mean, it then begs the question, if you can't hold yourself accountable, if you can't dig deep, and even on that email or even on that smallest portion of your job, take pride in it, believe in the work that you're doing, then that's a big red flag for you to go, maybe I should be looking for
You're in the wrong place.
For a new job.
Yeah,
exactly.
And we say that in the way because we've been there.
Yeah.
You and I both have been there
100%.
a million times over 1,000 lifetimes.
And it's tough. You change your life. You have to change your job. You know, you're looking for a job is terribly hard.
Yeah. And having that fear of just like, how am I going to provide? And if you have a family surrounding you, that's even more so. But sometimes, I mean, we talk about risk so much.
Yeah.
Risk always comes with a giant reward.
Yeah.
You know, and you need to be able to put yourself out there to find the thing that you believe in doing. And if you don't have that now, you need to start taking risks. You need to start looking outside of what you're doing and go, what is it that I want? How do I achieve it? Because doing something that you believe in will just make you such a better person and build confidence in a way that you just won't believe. It's intense.
It's the truth.
It's the most intense moment of my life when I realized that.
Yeah.
When it's like, I'm more than I ever thought I was.
Yeah.
Which is just such a giant realization. And the only way to get there is to believe in what you do. And it's so great to work in a place where every single person here, down to the production line worker, believes in the work that they're doing.
Yeah.
I love working at Death Wish.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, it doesn't just look cool. It is cool in so many levels. And this is probably the biggest reason why I love working here.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, any job can be that. And if you believe in yourself and believe in the work that you're doing and other people around, it becomes infectious.
Yeah.
And then other people around you will do that. And any job can be that rewarding.
Community shout out.
All right. You want to shout this one?
John Stiles!
That's it. That's
I was like, ooh, I hope he picks me.
His name is at Timberwolf, at WVLF on Instagram. There he is. He is always talking about our coffee, and that's why I happened to see his posts and wanted to give him a nice community shout-out this week.
Is he murdering somebody in that picture?
He went camping, and yeah, it's a pretty fun picture of him with looking
That's
like
even the perfect shade of flannel to murder somebody.
Yeah. But he not only loves his coffee, posts about us, posts about the mugs. In fact, this was a really good photo, actually.
Nice.
Made it near and dear to my heart, obviously. It's a little Star Wars, a little Death Wish in
there.
there.
A little bacon love there.
Yep. All the three main things.
The three main ingredients of Jeff.
Yeah, and something for you, D-Man, that would make you love John Stiles. He's the bassist for a band called Devil Inside, and this is his rig, actually.
Oh, nice. He's got a Fender Jazz.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the I Love Tim reference is. I'm sure.
Actually, I see now it is a Squire, but I still love your bass.
Oh, yeah, it is a Squire, yeah. But,
nice stack, too.
Yeah, he's got a nice stack, nice bass. So
apparently he loves Tim.
Apparently he loves Tim. But we love John Stiles. So mugs up this week, community shout out, John Stiles at Timberwolf on Instagram.
Timberwolf.
And I want to tell you guys, we are loving the response we're getting about this show from all of you out there. It's really, really fun. And when I go and pick the community shout out every week, I'm obviously looking for people who are talking about Death Wish coffee at large. You know, posting either pictures about the coffee or them enjoying the product. That's who we believe is part of this community. That's the community we're building.
Yeah.
But we also love it when you guys enjoy this show and post photos of you enjoying the show. So if you guys want to, share the love. Share a photo of you or your friends listening to the show, watching the show. Use the hashtag FueledByDeathcast in there. And I'm not going to promise anything, but that might just give you a little bit of a leg up towards a community shout-out. That's all I'm saying, because...
we just want to see what you're up to and,
yeah.
Celebrate what you're doing, what you're accomplishing, because that's what we're all about on the Fueled by Deathcast. So make your post. We'll check you out, and we'll give you a shout-out if we're moved by you.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so it's birthday time. We got some birthdays this week, and we got some really fun ones. First up, on Thursday, February 15th, Matt Groening is going to be 64 years old. This guy has built an empire out of tiny little crude drawings that he used to do. He started out doing a comic strip called Life in Hell, and that ported over into this crudely drawn animation for the Tracy Ullman Show back in '87, and where they did these little shorts, and he called them The Simpsons, and that again snowballed into a full primetime animated show, which was unheard of in 1990 on a fledgling network called Fox Networks. And now it's in its 29th season, and
that's so insane.
It's crazy. It's one of the longest running television shows.
How much longer do you think it'll run for?
A lot of the voice actors have said they'll do it till they die. So I mean, who knows? As a huge Simpsons fan, I've got a couple Simpsons figures right here actually. As a huge Simpsons fan, I want to say that they should have quit years ago. I love them to death. They still come out with some good episodes, but nothing as a purist, nothing touches that episodes from about season 3 to season 11. You hear? Oh.
Dancing. Oh.
But happy birthday to Matt Groening. There's a fun picture of him actually drawn as a Simpsons character, but holding a Bender doll because he also did Futurama.
Futurama was great.
On Friday, February 16th, Reading Rainbow. Yeah, LeVar Burton is going to be
Geordie
61.
LaForge.
Yeah, that's right.
Where's his eyeball visor thing?
Why would I have a photo of? Of course, I've got a photo of that. Geordie LaForge from Star Trek, LeVar Burton reading Rainbow from Roots, from all sorts of stuff. I mean,
remember when those hair crimper things?
Yeah.
Please tell me you took those hair crimper things and wore them over your face at one point as a kid.
Oh, yes.
All right, cool.
Oh, yes.
All right,
Come
I'm not
on.
alone
Geordie
in that.
LaForge was one of the coolest characters on Star Trek The Next
He was
Generation.
cool. He always knew what was going on. He kept a cool head, never really freaked out.
I mean, the head of engineering, he's the guy who kept the ship together or had to jettison the warp drive and blow it up in a Klingon or something. Yes, I'm a nerd. But a happy birthday to LeVar Burton on Friday. On Saturday, February 17th, the very, very loud and famous Billy Joe Armstrong, 46 years old, from a little band called Green Day. Another guy who took just a good idea, just, hey, here's 3 chords and some kind of fake British accent, punk related.
Dookie changed so many people, including myself.
Yeah,
I remember my aunt buying me the cassette of Dookie when I was 8 years old.
Wow.
And that changed everything for me, because before that, I'm pretty sure I listened to whatever was put in front of me. So Green Day was the first band that I chose to listen to, and I fell deeply in love with them for so many years.
That's awesome. Here's actually a photo of him from those Dookie days. And to bookend that, I remember, because I'm a little bit older than you, I remember being in...
Dude, how cool was he back then?
So cool.
He was a god.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I remember being in, I believe it was home ec, or one of those random classes in like 7th grade. And my buddy, who is an aspiring filmmaker right now, Sean Fallon, shout out to you, Sean, actually came in to class one day with the cassette. Was like, check this out. Let me go home with it and copy it.
Oh, yeah.
And so I copied it and brought it back to him the next day, and then we listened to that in class. We listened to that probably that whole semester. Like,
that album was
so crazy.
So good. Such a great band. I can't believe they're still
going.
Whew.
Still making hits. Still
what a
doing
powerhouse, man.
What a powerhouse. So happy birthday to him. Happy birthday on Sunday, February 18th, to the incomparable Molly Ringwald. She is turning the big 50, but she doesn't look a day over 30. Very, very beautiful. Obviously, everybody knows and loves her from The Breakfast Club and thousands of 80s movies, but this is the movie that I fell in love with her. There she is from 16 Candles.
I have seen neither of those films.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you were a little young. I get it.
Yeah.
It. You're also, it's not really your cup of tea. I can't imagine you sitting down and watching The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, no, that never happened in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might happen. Who knows?
It's a good movie. It still holds up. 16 Candles does not. 16 Candles is a much more teen kind of romance movie that works in the 80s but really doesn't work anymore.
It's more of just like a parody of itself now.
Yeah. But a happy birthday to her. Happy birthday on Monday, February 19th. 14 years old. Millie Bobby Brown. There she is. We love her. God, she's
going to be a killer, man.
You want to talk about Molly Ringwald? She might be the next Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
I could see her in roles like Molly was playing in the 80s. I could see Millie taking those roles for sure. And if you don't know who we're talking about, here she is from the latest season of Stranger Things. She looks a little bit perturbed in this photo. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what was happening. That's not true. I know exactly what's happening. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but if you haven't seen it yet, shame on you. Watch Stranger Things season 2.
It's fun. It's so much fun.
It's super fun. Finally, Wednesday, February 21st, the very lovely Sophie Turner is going to be 22 years old. She is about to return to the screen as her character Jean Grey / the Phoenix in the X-Men series. But she is obviously most well known for her portrayal of one of the Stark children in Game of Thrones.
Sansa.
She's had a rough go of it in Game of Thrones. If you guys are
Everybody has a rough go of it in Game of Thrones.
She's had a more rough
Name
than
one
most.
person who hasn't had a rough go of it in Game of Thrones.
That's a good call.
They all their lives suck. That's the whole point of Game of Thrones. That's why we love watching it. It's like My 300-Pound Life. Or 600-pound life. I don't remember which one.
That's true.
My 300-pound life wouldn't be as exciting, huh?
That's true. But yeah, I mean, we love her and hope she has a wonderful, happy birthday.
I smell a roast.
All right, Jeff, you didn't let me look at this.
Yeah. We didn't say this at the top because screw it, but happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It's Valentine's Day, but who the hell cares, right? I mean, my wife and I, we exchange a random gift and we cook dinner. I mean, what are your girl? You and your
I
girl
don't
do?
love anything
You
ever.
don't love it? Yeah, so you just kind of bah humbug.
I don't. Yeah, it's no love.
Well,
sorry.
Well, obviously here at Death Wish Coffee, we're a bunch of anti-Valentine's Day people because, skull and crossbones, black and white and red. Let's
That's real though. That's real though. It's not just an image. It's
let's grind those beans and get over with it kind of thing. But I thought this was kind of funny. Netflix, for those of you out there who enjoy Netflix, has a great Valentine's Day favorite section, and they have a ton of movies on there that I've never heard of. We all know the classics, like Sleepless in Seattle and The Princess Bride, and these. There's literally a movie called Valentine's Day that came out a couple years ago. Love Actually, The Notebook, all these romantic movies that you're supposed to be watching with your loved one on Valentine's Day. But if you go to
the Princess Bride.
I mean, it's a love story. I mean, I watched that on Valentine's Day. I'm a nerd, but whatever. All I'm getting at is that there's a ton on here that I've never freaking heard of, and I know you've never heard of. And if you go to Netflix and you go to the genres,
Baraka meets Baraka.
there's a lot of foreign ones too, which is great. But if you go to the genres and type in Valentine's Day favorites, this whole list will come up. And as you hover over each of them, you get flavor text on the videos. So I gave some of these flavor texts, and I want Dustin to help me read some of these off. So I want you to start this off with this first one, a movie from 2013 called 10 Rules for Sleeping Around.
10 Rules for Sleeping Around, released in 2013. Can a marriage grow closer by throwing out fidelity? Maybe. But it will definitely get funnier, and nobody will be the wiser.
What
is that
the
about?
Hell?
What is that about?
From what I can gather, it is about a couple who is just about to get married, so they ask their married coupled friends for advice, and they tell them it's all right to sleep around as long as you follow the rules, the 10 rules for sleeping around. I feel like rule number 1 should be don't sleep around on your wife or your husband, right?
What makes it funnier?
I don't know what makes... Like, it boggles my mind how some of these movies get made, and
I feel like if this happened in real life, it would just be really sad, like really heartbreaking.
Yeah, like really, really heartbreaking.
But I loved you, and now I hate everything.
Frickin' so weird. So here's another one, and again from 2013, A Case for You. And this is the flavor text. As you can see, it's got a pretty good cast. Brendan Fraser, Peter Dinklage, Justin Long. Justin Long playing the character he plays in every movie, the Justin Long character.
Yeah.
This is the flavor text of the movie. A Case for You. He faked his own romantic comedy to get his dream girl. It wasn't supposed to work, but it did. Now it's about to get real. Okay, now first of all, I have the question, how do you fake your own romantic comedy? Because that seems like a huge deal.
Okay, so he's pretending to make a movie so he can hang out with this girl?
It gets worse. I ended up starting to research some of these movies to learn a little bit more about them so we could talk about them. This is the other text. As you can see, it literally says on the poster, it says, he'll be everything she likes but himself, which just sounds like a therapy session. To me, it sounds just terrible.
Sounds crushing.
But a deeper description of this movie goes, nursing a secret crush on a coffee barista, a lowly writer sets out to become the man she desires by studying her Facebook profile. Sounds like stalking to me.
No, that's exactly. Why is this a romantic comedy?
I don't know.
Just sounds creepy.
Just sounds super creepy. I'm sure Peter Dinklage is hilarious in it, but it just sounds absolutely creepy. And if you guys have seen any of these movies,
let us know what you think.
Feel free to talk about them in the comments. I picked these movies because I had never heard of them, and I know damn well you never heard of them. So like I had to go on this, but that just seems like a stalker movie in waiting. It's just I don't know.
I'd love to see the horror movie version of this.
A Case for You. Yeah. All right, you get the next one.
All right. Beauty and the Briefcase, released in 2010. She's only pretending to look for love to cash in on a hot story for a magazine, but her heart didn't get the memo.
Her heart didn't get the memo. Come on, you lazy writers. Get
Beauty
with
and the
it.
Briefcase. What is I don't. Do you have a
Hilary Duff. just so you know. And the premise, again...
My brain's trying to break it all down. It's like, nah, dog, we're done.
Here's the premise that I just can't understand. So you work at a magazine and your editor goes, we need a hot story on romance. So instead of reading a book or drawing from your own personal experience, which she must have none of, she fakes a romance with a guy, but then through the power of movies falls in love with him. Like, I don't understand how I'm going to be emotionally attached.
What do you think he does to woo her?
I don't know. Probably just work at his job.
I didn't expect him to dance so well. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
All right, Jeff, you get the next one.
All right. I can't believe the amount of romantic comedies that are centered around baristas and coffee shops. And this one is literally called Coffee Shop. It came out in 2014.
I wonder what that fascination. It's like the new librarian.
I don't know.
You know that cute girl at the coffee shop, and you're always just thinking about her. And then, there's a movie about barista chicks, and this gets me off. I'm signed up. I want to watch it.
I guess. And here's the lazy flavor text of this one.
John Lovitz is in this one, though.
He sure is. A coffee-loving small-town barista and a tea-loving writer from New York, period. Together, they could make the perfect blend.
No, have you ever mixed tea and coffee?
I was gonna say, first of all, bad on you, writer. Tea and coffee mixed together is just a bad drink.
That's like oil and water.
Yeah, it's a bad drink. Second of all, what the hell, really? So, small-town girl who likes coffee, big city guy who likes his tea. Will they like each other? Opposites attract.
It's a perfect plan.
Romeo and Juliet. Like, come on.
I like how you I like It's so bad.
So bad.
I love
these. Are
these.
real movies, people. They're real. You can find them on Netflix right now.
Please watch these. Let us know what you think.
Yes, please do.
At Jeff Wish Coffee, at Death Wish Dustin. Please let us know because I'm not gonna watch.
Yeah, we're
these.
not gonna do the research. If you guys want to do the research.
Okay, this next one. My Fake Fiance, 2009.
Yeah.
It seemed like the perfect plan. Stage a phony wedding. Roll in the hefty checks. Try not to fall in love.
So another fake thing, fake wedding this time.
Heart's not getting memos again.
Heart's not getting memos. Now, I delved a little bit deeper there, and there's more of a description if you want to go into that.
What is that? Burgladed?
Burgled. I think I just spelled it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God. I was
Sorry.
like, do I not know that word?
What the hell is burgladed, people? You don't know what burgladed is? I just got burgladed before the show.
I think you were setting me up. I was just going to read that out loud. Okay. Recently burgled homeowner Jennifer and debt-ridden Vince meet at a lavish wedding.
Meet at a lavish wedding
And conspire to fake an engagement to cash in on the gifts.
Okay, now first of all, it starts off as like, oh, it's funny. Here's a fake wedding, and they're going to fall in love. Nuh-uh. These people are literally trying to grift their friends and family for gifts and for money.
Man.
And, I mean, I think this is, not a real thing, but it's like that hits a little bit too close to home, and it's a little icky.
Yeah, like there's nothing like fun-loving about something like that.
Because
and they get into shenanigans when they screw all their friends.
Melissa Joan Hart, Joey Lawrence, so normal suspects in a movie like this. But you know that before it gets to the third act there's going to be the reveal where their entire friends and family unit find out and are pissed at them, and they have to redeem themselves somehow. But I don't think there's any redemption in this story.
No, they actually fall in love. Is the redemption. Like, thanks for the wedding gifts. We're a thing now.
We're a thing now. Ridiculous.
God, it's a whole movie about that.
Whole movie. Here's another one. 2013. I guess 2013 was a great year for romantic comedies. Drinking Buddies. Here's the flavor text. They are the perfect match, but they are both involved with other people. A few drinks could change that. Whoa! This is why so many people go through, so many spouses go through their spouse's phones, why people think that people are cheating on them. Taglines like this, maybe a few drinks could change that. Like, jeez, I don't want to...
I hope somebody who watches that and that echoes in their head every time they go out to drink with their loved one, and they're like, oh.
Yeah, like anytime anybody hits on my wife, it's like, you better not go out to drinks with her. Like, jeez. Like, I don't understand how people find something like that fun to watch.
You know what kills me is movie covers like this, and they list out the actors and actresses in separate order that they're showing that, and in a different order that they're showing them.
Right.
On the bottom, isn't?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like something that you want to make sure is not happening on the cover of your movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I see it all the time. It seems you get your shit in line there.
This movie to me seems like anxiety the entire time. Like, I'm just going to be anxious forever.
They go out, they have one drink, nothing happens, but maybe something.
Maybe more drinks will make more things happen.
And they go out the night after and 2 drinks, and they start making flirty eyes at each other. And the next night they go out 3 drinks. That's it. Everybody bangs. That's the end of the movie.
Oh man.
Thanks. I need those.
All right. We got 2 more.
Okay. My ex-ex. My ex-ex. So I'm assuming they broke up and decided to get back together.
Your guess is as good as mine, buddy.
Here's what it says. Love can be messy and annoying. The end. No.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's it.
Great movie.
Right?
And sometimes you need a psychic to make it right. Ooh, shit, that's bad. This is one of those times.
That's, okay, again, lazy writing. Literally, the end of the flavor text is, this is one of those times. Like, come on, like, write it a little bit better, first of all. Second of all, so this is about, as you said, I'm guessing my ex's ex, or...
Oh, it's my
ex's ex, or my ex-ex, my ex before my ex.
I thought it was about, like, my ex. If I had an ex girlfriend, it would be a girlfriend that I broke up with and got back with. That's how it goes in my mind, because she's no longer my ex. Therefore, she is my ex.
I think we do need a psychic. This is one of those times just to explain what the hell this movie is even about. Like, I don't know.
That
it
guy's
says, be
taking
careful
a
what
selfie.
you wish for. It
She's
makes no
holding her
sense.
skirt up on a moped. What is going on here?
What is going on here? Okay, finally.
Be careful what you wish for, Jeff.
I will. Now, this one I picked because it's another one of those madcap romance movies. This is the final one. But you know what? After reading the flavor text, I'm actually kind of almost wanting to click on this movie, and you'll see why. This movie is called Naked. It came out last year. It stars one of the Wayans, Marlon Wayans there. And this is the flavor text. Rob is madly in love and about to be married. Unfortunately, he is also naked, stuck in an elevator, and caught in a time loop. Actually, I'm almost, as soon as you got to "and caught in a time loop," I'm like, all right, I might click on this.
Well,
one.
it turns into a sci-fi thriller really
Right?
quickly.
I was pleasantly surprised at how much Hot Tub Time Machine didn't 100% suck and only 95% suck. I laughed twice in the movie.
I wouldn't know.
I watched it.
I won't.
So again, I'm not saying that this is going to be the best of the bunch.
It's Deja Groom all over again.
It's a Netflix original, which already gives it a 1 in the win column because usually Netflix originals are all right. And like I said, naked, stuck in an elevator, and caught in a time loop, and a Wayans brother, it might actually be worth it.
2 things. I'm never going to watch it.
All right.
But out of the list of movies, is the best one by far.
Yeah.
By leagues.
So,
oh, my God.
We hope you all have a happy Valentine's
That's a
Day.
list of really shitty movies, dude.
Yeah.
You really...
I nailed it.
This must have made you dumber just by typing this out.
did.
Oh, my God.
It did.
You know what I need? I need good movies.
Yes.
I need a thriller, an action thriller, maybe something with Bruce Willis.
That's right. I'm glad you brought that up because we were going to tease this and it kind of went off to the wayside, but we're going to do it anyways. Look, everybody out there knows that they're remaking the 70s cop thriller Death Wish, the Charles Bronson movie. They're remaking it with Bruce Willis. And I think probably about once or twice a day since they announced that, customer service gets contacted or we get contacted on social media. Are you guys going to do anything with the movie? Are you going to do anything with the movie? And I'll tell you right now, I'll be completely honest with you. As soon as we heard about it, of course we contacted the movie because Death Wish Coffee and Death Wish, duh. And we were like, hey, would you guys like any coffee for, filming the movie and doing all that kind of stuff? And unfortunately, we contacted them too late and everything had already wrapped. But what's very, very cool is it premieres March 2nd everywhere. To hopefully rave reviews because it is again going to be a movie where Bruce Willis gets to get a gun and kill people, and sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm in on that one. And what's amazing is that we are going to be providing coffee for the entire cast and crew as they have the screening for the movie. And here it is, guys. A guest on this show upcoming for that week. Dustin and I will be going down and interviewing director Eli Roth. We are very, very excited to be talking to him about, movies in general, but also about the remake of Death Wish.
Dude, it's Eli Roth.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
This will be by far the biggest guest that we talk to, and I'm already going through the mental preparation of trying not to be nervous. Do you get nervous during these interviews?
This one I'll be a little nervous for. I do not know, guys. I'll tell you this right now, just so you know. I do not know if we're going to be allowed to film it. We are going to be part of the press circuit, and if you've never seen that, it is exactly what you think it is. It is poor Eli sitting there as throngs of reporters come in and ask him questions at 20-minute intervals, basically.
Part of that makes me nervous too, because it's like that's a press junket. That's not going to be tame. It's going to be a mess.
It's going to be a mess.
We're
It's going to be crazy.
we're going
to have a crazy experience. I'll tell you this right now. Dustin and myself will chronicle what we can, maybe on our social media and stuff like that, and fingers crossed we'll be able to bring a camera in and get Eli talking to us on camera, which will be great. But regardless, it will be on audio and it will be on our Fueled by Deathcast episode coming out that same week. So that episode will come out on March 1st to coincide with the release of the movie.
What do you think? I mean, the chances of being able to talk to this guy, I'm not even able to be grateful yet. I don't believe
Inglourious
it.
Bastards, Grindhouse, Cabin Fever, one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Hostel.
Like, the list is endless. And he's, you know what else that I love about Eli? He's a nerd at heart. So I think the three of us are going to hit it off.
Yeah, as long as we can hit that personal connection within the 15 minutes of them shuffling us in and out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so we're really excited.
You know, the one thing that gives me a little bit of confidence is that we won't be like the rest of the press idiots. You know, we're gonna tell us about it. It's like it's like being interviewed by a radio DJ. You know, at least with us, it's gonna be a little bit less formal. We're going to ask questions that, you know, the other people aren't going to be asking because we're geeks and we want to know about geeky stuff.
For sure. So we're really excited for that, guys. And that's that big guest reveal. Eli Roth coming up right on the heels of Dr. Michio Kaku. So it's going to be...
What are we doing?
It's going to be a crazy
Whatever
couple
we're doing,
weeks.
we got to keep it up.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy couple weeks, guys.
D-Man's Death Wish Update. Brought to you by Death Wish Coffee.
Alrighty, it's update time again. We've been telling you guys all the cool stuff lately, giving you a bunch of secrets, and a lot of them are out there. So we just want to take this week and reiterate some stuff and give you some new stuff.
Yeah, a little bit of new stuff.
But first up, what we announced last week that has already been huge. We can't thank you guys enough for all of the support you've given us on this contest towards the Flogging Molly Cruise, the Salty Dog
This is
Cruise.
one of those other things I don't believe it's real. I can't even be grateful for it yet because I don't believe it's real.
This, I'm telling you right now, we've known about this for a couple weeks now, and I'm not allowing my brain to even think about it.
Yeah, it's a don't go there yet. I will.
Because like if you've heard Dustin and I talk about this, we've never been on a cruise before, so I'm not even starting to play with that idea. But you can go on over to deathwishcoffee.com/saltydog right now, and you can enter every single day for a chance to win 2 tickets and an ocean view cabin on this cruise. Everything's included. Food, drink, open bar from the minute you get there. The only thing you have to provide is travel. And just to reiterate that, one thing we didn't bring up last week was this travels from Miami to Key West and then the Grand Stirrup Cay, which is in the Bahamas Caribbean area. And because it's there, that's where it dock. Well, it doesn't dock. We get on boats and go to the island for a nighttime punk rock show on the island.
It's so crazy.
But you're not allowed to leave the ship unless you have a passport because that is outside of the U.S. So you have to make sure that you have your passport. I just got mine. I know you just applied for yours. So it's been something I've been wanting to do
so
forever.
quick.
I can't believe how quick.
But listen, guys, if you don't have it, do it now. You probably could use your passport anyways.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Jeff and I just went through it.
Yep.
We're dummies. We're
Yeah.
chumps, and we got it done, no problem.
Yeah, and so, you can win that cruise. But not only that, tickets are still available. Go on over, go floggingmollycruise.com. You can buy tickets and come party with us. Dustin and myself, plus our art director, the incredible Thomas Dragonetti, and Taya, who's going to be spearheading the whole thing. All 4 of us are going to be there. We're going to be chronicling the whole thing for a spectacular that you guys will all be able to enjoy afterwards. But you can buy tickets and hang out with some of your favorite punk rock bands, including Flogging Molly, the Vandals, the Buzzcocks, the Offspring, and the Death Wish crew.
Hey!
I
Yeah,
mean-
because you really want to hang out with us when, the Offspring is
I think we're pretty
chumming
cool.
around. Hey, and one thing I want to highlight about this, because I was talking about this to some people, and I think it's on the Norwegian Sky, right?
The Norwegian Sky is the name of the
And
the
that
cruise.
is like one of the first things that's mentioned when you bring up the Norwegian Sky is that ocean view cabin. Meaning you have, from what I am to understand, a door that leads to a deck.
Yes.
That is outside of the boat.
Yes.
That you could
It's a better
that's
cabin
crazy.
than Dustin and myself are getting. We are literally getting.
Oh, we don't get that?
Nope. We have one that has no windows, I think.
Oh, no.
We're like on the interior of the
Oh,
ship.
no.
So, I mean, you guys, it is an incredible contest.
Hey, you can invite us to chill out at your awesome cabin when you win tickets.
So go on over to deathwishcoffee.com/saltydog, enter the contest, or just go buy tickets and we'll see you there. It's going to be great. April 20th through the 23rd.
Can't wait,
Leaving
man.
from
Oh, my
Miami.
God.
Can't wait. Speaking of contests, we've been ramping it up here at Death Wish and trying to do a lot of contests that feature other different companies, obviously Flogging Molly. And you probably have seen all show we've had this Ounce Water here, and we're doing a contest with Ounce Water. Ounce Water is incredible. There's this new company, and I'll read you a little bit about them. This is right from their website. Ounce Water has unparalleled fresh taste, bottled straight from pristine waters protected by Mother Nature for more than 600 million years. They have vigorous quality control standards that guarantee that you will enjoy the same crisp and delicious water every time.
I gotta say, I drank this room temperature, and it was still some of the best water I've ever had. This is some dope
love
water.
that it comes in a 40
Yes.
or in a 20. And what's great about it is that we are running this contest. Again, here's another place you guys can go, deathwishcoffee.com/getounced, because that's their hashtag, getounced. And you can enter to win, and the winner will be announced live on Facebook this Friday. So only a couple days from now you have to enter. But what you'll win is you'll win a 4-pack of these 20-ounces and 2 pounds of delicious Death Wish coffee just for entering your email address. It's that easy.
Yeah, we're just spreading the love, man, and, this is how we do it.
Yeah. You know who's got a stock in this company who's awesome? Is and I'll give you his real name, but I always, even though I know you're going to correct me, I think of him as Shades from Luke Cage.
Oh, that's funny. I think of him as Juice from Sons of Anarchy.
That's Theo Rossi. He's got
I forgot he was in Luke Cage.
Yeah.
He was so good in it too.
So good. Love Theo Rossi, and he's behind these guys 100%, and we're behind him in this company. And what's better, water and coffee? I mean, you're ready to go at that point.
There would be no coffee without water.
Right.
It's the way it is. And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the show. Thank you so much for watching. One last time, share this feed, comment, share it in the comments. You can win this 1 of 1.
Oh, I don't think I gave it the love.
Oh. There's the love. Demon and myself will sign it. We're going to pick a winner right after we sign off on this show.
I even numbered it. It's 1 of 1.
It's number 1 with a bullet. Again, guys, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting, telling your friends about the show. We love doing this show. We love doing the podcast. It's really, this has grown from just us recording segments one at a time and splicing them together into some sort of audio cast to now a juggernaut of entertainment. You know, we do a weekly podcast every week and this weekly show, and we can't thank you guys enough for being fans.
And most of all, we love being a part of Death Wish Coffee. We love posting about it. We love talking about it. So make sure to follow us on social media. I am at Death Wish Dustin.
And I am at Jeff Wish Coffee.
So if you like seeing pictures of coffee and shit and all our new mugs, and maybe I take pictures of things I shouldn't.
I post pictures of my cat and The Simpsons and Star Wars.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah. So thanks again, guys. We'll be back next week with a brand new show. And once again, have a happy Valentine's Day. Bye,
or don't.
Everybody.
Cheers.
This has been Fueled by Deathcast, a Death Wish Coffee Company podcast production. Thanks for listening.